For the next month, I'm going to be knocking back these suckers in the name of science. If you've not seen my last video on microdosing, consider giving it a watch. Then you'll know this ain't my first rodeo.
And away we go!
I've managed to source the finest of dried magic mushies. I ground them up, put them into capsules, weighed them, and organized them into doses between 0.1 to 0.5 grams. The recommended microdose being between 0.1 to 0.3 grams. I made a few slightly higher doses in case we want to experiment. And that's really as far as the science goes. For the rest, I'm just going to be honest with you. And so far, nothing to mention. Welcome to day 3. You might be thinking, what happens at day 2? Well, there are a few different protocols when considering microdosing.
Fadiman, Microdosing Institute, Stammet Stack, 2 days a week, nightcap and intuitive.
Whoa, that was a mouthful. This time around, I've gone for the Microdosing Institute protocol, which is 1 day on and 1 transition day. And I'm torn between Fadiman, who believes microdosing should be super subtle, undetected, and Stamets, who believes we should feel something. So, I've got the dosages and I can slowly up them as we go. It's a gloomy day today, but I took a higher dose this morning and I went to the park. And as I was walking there, it hit me and everything just felt open and brighter. And I did a little workout, and normally I would put headphones in and listen to some music, but I was just enjoying the energy of it all so much. I didn't want to ruin it or change it at all by listening to music. Good morning, gang. It's day 7. I have a couple of appointments today. One of them is a tattoo appointment. So out of respect for the power of these plants, I'm going to take the lower dosage while I'm still adjusting to everything.
Yoink!
Some of the reported benefits of microdosing are improved moods, an increase in focus and creativity, and improvement in overall daily function. So I'm putting it to the test. So as far as improved focus, creativity, and daily function go, I can't tell. Too subtle to know at this point. But as far as mood goes, definitely improved. 2 thumbs up. I had a bit of stress today with timings and keys and being in the right place at the right time. And for sure I feel the anxiety in these moments. But afterwards I can just let it go. I'm not attached to it. We are not anxious, we are not sad, we are not this, that and the other. We're not these feelings. These feelings just flow through us sometimes. There's a really good analogy that I read. Taking psilocybin without an intention is like going into the forest without a map. You're going to explore, you're going to enjoy it, see new things, hug some trees, but you don't know when you've reached your destination. I've been putting off talking about this, but for the last 6 months, I've had the pleasure and the blessing of travel. But snapping back into reality is a strange feeling. There's parts of me looking to run back to the old comfort zone of the life I had before, but there's new parts of me looking for more of a challenge, looking for personal growth and wanting to test what I'm actually capable of. So I guess my intention is to become more comfortable in the discomfort in an effort to keep trying new things and keep growing personally. Does that make any sense? I may be 30-something. I may not like to go out after dark. But in the sake of saying yes to more things and leaving the comfort zone, I went to a hardcore gig last night. And it might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I ended up having fun and the energy was good. So I've been for a sauna session and a workout with the lads. Normally I train outside, but we hit up a gym today And it was so nice doing some of the old exercises and movements I used to do when I had a gym membership. One of the guys, about a week ago, I gave him some microdosing capsules, the same amount that I'm taking now. And we discussed if there's been any difference. And we both agree that we have better focus, at least when training. Sadness came up today, but not the angry type of sadness, like I got for a couple of weeks after taking mescaline. It was just a real deep nothingness. For me, it always seems to happen around the same time I take these medicines, or drugs, or psychedelics, whatever you want to call them, which makes me think that there's a link. And it reminds me of when people take higher dosages and have bad trips. But I don't believe in good or bad trips. I do believe these medicines are powerful enough to show us parts of ourselves that need nurturing, if we're not afraid to look. Let's go do a cold plunge. Recently I've been craving a challenge / punishment, so we're off to the river to do a nature swim. It's crazy how much better I feel after doing something difficult. I only lasted maybe 20 seconds in the water, but it's the first of many. I'm always super pumped at the idea of cold swimming, but when I come face to face with it, I definitely procrastinate and I don't want to do it anymore. But sometimes we just have to push through these mental barriers and see what we're made of. Good morning, friends. Today is a special day. Why, you may ask? Because we've officially crossed the halfway mark, and today we're going to try upping the dose. The last time I upped the dosage from 0.1 to 0.2, I had that beautiful feeling and I was like, wow, I've just nailed the sweet spot. But actually after that, I didn't feel that again. So let's see what happens today. So, how was it? It was amazing. And did you feel it? Hell yeah, I felt it. It was definitely working its magic. I'm definitely building a tolerance. Most microdosing protocols call for maybe 2 days minimum between each microdosing day. But I'm literally 1 day on and 1 day off. I think that's why the tolerance is building so rapidly. My tolerance for the mushies is building, but I'm struggling to tolerate this cold weather. I've got a whole video to edit today. I've got to do the thumbnail and all the other fun bits because I'm hoping to release it later tonight. So I'm using this little nugget for extra focus and productivity. Wish me luck. Guys, we did it. Mission complete. It's crazy, this video is only like 4 minutes long, but it took hours to edit. But we were productive. I might just be slow. And while I've got you here, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, watching some of my other random ass videos, and my all-time favorite is when you comment. YouTube turned off the comments on my last microdosing video, but I loved hearing about your stories, your experiences, and all of your feedback. So go on, hit those buttons.
Winter is coming.
I've got an empty stomach. It's before 10 AM. It's a Monday morning, so it's the perfect time to take some mushies. Let's up the dosage. It's now our final leg of microdosing, so why not experiment?
6 hours later.
That may have been too much. I'm not sure. When I spoke about Stamets saying we should feel something, it's still a microdose, so it's only a feeling like drinking a coffee. But today was different. There was less focus. I felt indecisive and more timid. So I was walking home and there was loads of people about and I felt really sensitive to their energy. And then I realized maybe I'm putting out this timid energy. And in that moment, I decided to switch, just change my energy and be confident. It was as easy as that. Maybe it wasn't too much, maybe it was the perfect amount. Either way, I'll try it again the next microdosing day and see how tolerance plays a role. 0.4 to 0.5 is a really nice amount, but speaking for myself and my tolerance, I agree with the official microdose being between 0.1 and 0.3. By the way, when I say 0.4 to 0.5, it's just because it's such small measurements. It could be 0.41 or 0.43. So I just say between 0. This and 0. That, just to be clear. So for the final day, I took 0.3 grams, which feels to me, after all the tolerance building, the perfect amount, the sweet spot. While there are many reported mental, physical and spiritual benefits to microdosing, would I recommend it to everyone? Hell yeah, no. There are certain contraindications, certain symptoms where taking these medicines would be inadvisable. Also, microdosing is not a magic pill to fix and change you. You are you. You will always be you. Embrace that one-of-a-kindness. Observe yourself and watch those things you judge about yourself or dislike about yourself. Use them as guides to show you where the work is yet to be done. We cannot hate and guilt trip ourselves into a version of ourselves that we can love. Now, with proper intention and preparation, these medicines can definitely help guide us. And if you are truly curious, microdosing can be a great baby step into the vastness of your experience. It's like just dipping the toes and seeing how it feels. Now it's on to the integration phase. It's time to reflect. If you want any updates or have any questions, drop me a comment. Please share with me your experiences and let me know if I've missed anything. I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love.